Wrath. It's what fuels my creative endeavors so I can give a big middle fingering to my supports from afar father after I finally crack the top 500 on Spotify's Where Are They Now charts. However, Jesus or the Old Testament tells us anger will not allow you to live the life God wants you to, which is strange because then how can I act accordingly to shellfish and veal boiled in milk without equally boiling anger, Jehovah, if that even is your real name? But what happens when the dark forces of Satan's earthly army makes rage and wrath look like you're mildly annoyed, aggravated, and inconvenienced? Well, only thing you can do in this dire situation. Eat a kind bar and walk to the end of the street to calm down while thanking God above Lucifer isn't speaking to you by way of a goat, telling you to murder your newborn baby brother and join the coven in the woods. On that subject, past me has said I'm coming in the woods because I'm pretty sure I've ejaculated near some trees.
And I'm Nicole.
And this is Mostly Babblin' Bibleman Easter Edition. Yes, guys, like I said, it's Easter and my name is James. We're crazy, we're cool, and we are Christ-like today. And what does Christ say? Or maybe his father says, I don't know how to interpret the Bible. Someone who knows, let me know, who is the narrator at every moment. But God says, don't let the sun go down on your anger. And normally I'd make like a jokey like, but let Jesus' lips go down on your anger or something like that. But no, you want to know why? Because this is something I practice. If I go to bed angry, I think that's how I'm interpreting this. You don't go to bed angry. Pretty much, I never stay mad at my co-host. If I'm angry with my co-host, happens very rarely, I will tell her and then mum's the word. I'm no longer angry with her. Except for that time she said, oh, you need to stop eating ice cream. And I'm like, God dang it, Nicole. I can eat as much ice cream as I can.
I can eat as many full gallon jugs of ice cream as I fucking desire.
Yeah, I ate 2 full gallon tubs in a
They were
week.
on sale, you fucking bitch.
Except that word. I did not say that ever to you. The only times I've said that is...
Except for like yesterday.
I was about to say when I'm
but
high.
I think you were channeling Paris Hilton or something.
Yes, I believe we were watching... It's Nicole the Bricks, my common law, who's got me in awe. Jacus.
Because we've been watching Simple Life.
Yeah, man, Nicole Richie has impeccable comedic timing. It is insane why she wasn't the it girl. It's just, our fascination with slender women. But, slender men come along and, they're murdering our children. Shut up, American society.
Oh, Slender Man, got it.
Yeah. People love a slender woman, but they hate a slender man.
I mean, they also love Slender Man.
Well, children love Slender Man, but I don't think children love... They want a woman that has heavy melon breasts.
Why?
Because how can they get substance? That's where they get...
That's not what I was asking.
Oh, what? What's
sir.
up? What's that?
Why would you say that?
You asked and I received.
No.
What? What were you commenting on? Come on.
Stop.
I'm snapping at you. Or I'm snapping with you. We're the Jets, baby.
Oh my
God. Nicole, let's introduce our guest.
Yo, it's me, Nicole.
No, you're the co-host. You freak, even though sometimes I miss... When we don't have a guest, I will sometimes...
Yeah, you will call me the guest.
And I believe I've said that to Sean as well. Marciniak from Shuffling the Deck.
Yeah.
And from this show. You ever heard of him?
No.
You're jealous of me that I get to hang out with him.
Shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and germs, you know our guest from the beautiful podcasts such as Contents of Content and the Rom Complex of the OK Owl Network. It's R2 Shelby 2. It's Shelby.
That's me. I'm Shelby Schwieterman. Hi.
Shelby, your screen name R2 Shelby 2 is one of the funniest screen names ever.
Thank you so much. I always liked it. No one ever comments on it.
And I
don't know. Have you ever heard of Pee-Pee Fart Man?
Oh my God. That's pretty good. That was my screen name as a 12-year-old boy. And then my mom will always, she'll say, oh, I sent you something it's usually like a very important legal document. And she'll say, I forward that to your Pee-Pee Fart Man email. I'm like, Mom, I haven't used that since middle school. Stop.
She's doing it on purpose.
No,
That's a fun mom bit.
No, it is absolutely not. The fun mom bits that my mom does is hug me while I go limp.
Sorry, there's some kind of package dropping going on just outside my door.
That's fine. Check what it is. Someone might steal it from you.
Nah, I don't want to get up.
Okay.
It's not mine.
Is it a glitter bomb?
I hope so. I love glitter. Because it makes me feel like one of those vampires from Twilight.
Hell yeah. Which you have discussed all the movies on the Rom Complex.
I have, yeah.
See, I do my research.
Yeah, I'm flattered.
No one could see me bowing.
It's very funny.
I listened to because you recommended this movie to me.
You won't stop talking about it.
I have barely talked about it, Nicole. Little Italy is an insane movie.
Absolutely insane.
And there's so much in this movie. So, guys, it stars Hayden Christensen and Emma Roberts as lovers who are the same age. And I'm glad because I was talking to Nicole. Hayden Christensen looks like an old man dressed up as a little boy.
He really does.
Because you guys said he's 10 or 11 years older than Emma Roberts, right?
Yeah.
See, Nicole, they looked weird together.
Okay.
All right. But so much shit happens in this movie that I was like, I can't believe they haven't talked about it yet. There's 5 more minutes left of the episode. Why aren't they talking about this? And that's when I was high while watching this, very stoned. So I just assumed, I was like, yeah, this Chinese man is just playing an Italian man. It's fine. That's what this is. And then this is spoilers for Little Italy, guys. But when Hayden Christensen says oh, you're talking about being real with yourself. You're Chinese. You're not Italian. I was like, oh my God, they're calling it out. I didn't think. And then it hasn't been mentioned once. And I made Nicole watch this scene because it's insane. When he just says, when my dad kicked me out for being gay, I was like, what? No, what is going on? And I messaged you just saying, no. And that was in regards to that scene, I believe.
Yeah, because he was rejected by his family and accepted by the open, loving Italian community who's never had any bad word to say about gay people.
But remember, it is Canadian, so we don't know what people are like. To be fair,
the Canadians could be a lot nicer about their bigotry.
Except now we know because of the truck convoy shit. Maybe they're not as better than us.
Maybe they don't know that he's gay.
I think he's pretty open about it in the movie.
No, he's only open right there about it.
Oh, I thought he was because there's a later scene where Emma Roberts wakes up and he's there in his underwear and she thinks she has slept with this gay man.
No, that's before we find out he's gay.
Oh, man. I was also pretty high when I watched this movie.
Hell yeah, dude. Unless at the wedding he's dancing with a man. I'm not sure.
For some reason, I thought it was just known. Maybe, it was visually conveyed.
Your brain just filled that in for it to make sense.
Yeah, it did.
But on the subject of rom-coms, you do the Rom Complex. What's a hidden gem of rom-coms that you love to show people?
What a great question. A hidden gem of rom-coms. Well, okay, there's one I've been thinking about recently. I don't know if it's a favorite, but it definitely made me think a lot, called The Relation Trip. And it's just this kind of wild, absurdist, kind of surreal movie about like this entire relationship taking place over the course of like one little weekend trip. And there are puppets and weird giant moms. It's really cool.
We got to watch this.
Okay.
Yeah, check it out.
Damn. Nicole, if you were to be on the Rom Complex, what movie would you choose?
Okay, well, you asked me this earlier and you said that I couldn't do The Holiday.
Because they have already done The Holiday.
We have talked about The Holiday.
I don't know. So it's difficult because like my serious answer would probably be like Leap Year if they haven't done that.
We have. Big fan of the guy in Leap Year.
Yeah, and I just realized today, like, oh, that's why I love this movie. Because I love grumpy people. And the dude in that is such a grumpy person. And I was like, okay, that makes so much sense now.
Yeah, I just want to put a smile on his face.
And then the like sort of not really a joke, but like I think it would just be fun would be They Came Together.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that one yet, and that would be great.
Yeah.
There's a part in that movie where Paul Rudd pulls a cheeseburger from behind a kid's ear, and it just sends me.
Yeah, that's a great movie. I forget, like, those kind of movies are still technically rom-coms.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, anything could be a rom-com.
Yeah. These are two of my favorite rom-coms. One is just all of the eating out movies. Are you familiar with any of those?
No.
They're extremely... The first two are borderline softcore gay pornographies, but they're like comedies. So
okay, you've piqued my interest.
They're so good. There's only one bad one, and it's only bad because the sound is atrocious in it. The first series is a man in college wants to sleep with a woman, but she's only into gay guys, so he pretends to be gay. And there is this extremely long, like it's a 15-minute long scene of him on the phone with her, guiding him through a blowjob with a man. It's very erotic. So if you're in the mood for an erotic rom-com, check. But then the rest of them get more lighthearted and not just straight up softcore porn.
Okay.
You don't see the blowjob.
I'll watch it alone.
Watch it with your family members.
Honestly, my mom would love that. She reads like homoerotic gay romance novels almost exclusively.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my other answer was, I was like, Xandalee? Just because, like, no one has fucking heard of that movie.
I haven't heard
and
of it.
It's wild.
It's a
I'm
Nick
supposed
Cage.
to be an expert. I'm not.
Oh, wait, but it's not comedy.
Xandalee has some humor in it. Steve
Not
Buscemi's
really.
there.
No.
Running around a graveyard.
No.
We've definitely talked about rom-coms that weren't comedies at all. So
Okay.
we can go for it. We'll have you on.
Yeah, like the Twilight movies are just unintentionally funny.
Yeah.
Oh God, they're the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
I've only seen the first one riff tracked. And then I saw the fan fiction of it, which is 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes. Not as
Which
good.
I almost had to leave the theater from laughing so hard.
That one's good.
The part where he bites her toast. Oh my God.
I don't even remember.
So funny.
We watched it in the theater, and then that was the only time I've ever seen it, so it was a long ass time ago.
We trekked through just the biggest snowstorm of that season to watch this movie. It was bad. But my other one, have you ever seen Little Darlings?
No.
Oh yeah.
That one it's a fucking great movie. It's like a coming of age, but also it's comedy and there's romance in it. Very awkward romance because they're in a summer camp. I love summer camp movies, but it's from like 78 to like 81 was released. It's very good. I highly recommend.
Hell yeah, I love getting recommendations.
Well, and it's just the two. Are they related at all, or they're just friends?
They're not even friends.
Okay.
So they're competing with each other to lose their virginity by the end, but because they're like, you're 15 and you haven't lost your virginity? What? And luckily this movie was written by two women, so it seems like it is seated in actuality of like, yeah, when we were at summer camp, this is how we would talk, because there's some wild shit in the movie as well. It's baffling.
Did they say like men sexual peak is at 13 or something?
So after that, just downhill. Another teen girl is saying that to another teen girl.
Just very
That's
funny.
gross. Maybe it has something to do with like that's the last time that boys are like sexually starting to experience sexual feelings but aren't like scary yet.
Oh yeah, this is when oh, no, never mind. Guys, don't clip this. Do not clip this. Boys are sexually safest at 13. After that, downhill.
I mean, I just saw it as like that common thing of not that like one person who like thinks they know everything but is like just completely wrong.
It's like the teen girl version of the child boy version of saying on a playground, did you know girls pee out their butts?
Yeah.
Right, and that's feminism because girls are dumb too.
Yeah. Feminism is about equal guys. Hell yeah. This has been a good conversation. And that's how we segue.
Right. This is a good podcast.
Oh, man.
And this is a Bibleman.
Yes, this is Bibleman, guys. When boys are safest sexually, a proud podcast partner of the Tokusatsu Network. They don't listen to this show, Nicole.
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty
obvious.
awesome.
They also don't edit anything I said besides piss. They want us. They've never
It's
asked
just the
me.
title.
Yeah, because that's front and forward. There's a Tokusatsu website that we are podcast partners with, and we are just insane people compared to everyone else that's around there. And they clearly don't listen because they should be saying, hey, guys, you need to tone it down a little.
I've noticed that there are a lot of like normal people who do podcasts and just sound like normal people talking. And I'm like, who would want to listen to this?
Yeah.
Throw it out.
I'm like, make it entertaining. Make some yucks about it.
Yeah, do a little joke. Do a ha-ha.
Say, I stubbed my toe on a banana peel last night.
And boy, are my arms tired.
Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. Man, if Sean Marciniak were there, he would have just said no and then went on to the next conversation.
That doesn't even make sense. He's like, his whole thing is improv.
Yeah, but except for me. He loves saying
He won't
no.
do it for you.
It's not no but. It's not no and. It's just no next subject. How do you know, Sean?
Sean, well, I dated someone he went to college with, and then I became a fan of Sean's Twitch stream.
Hell yeah.
And now we're friends.
Oh, cool.
That's how it works.
Nicole, how'd you become friends with Sean?
'Cause he was friends with Melzer, who
Nope.
did Morphbots.
He was friends with someone who did Morphbots.
Fuck. It
was
was
Pete.
Pete.
Pete also went to college with the people that I know.
Nicole, quit. You're gonna knock down
No,
that mic.
it was because I was trying to do it so you didn't see. Because I fucked with the rug, and then it was like, and I was like, oh shit, gotta save it. And then you're like, don't save it. And I'm like, no, but I have to save it.
Okay. I thought you were just messing with it.
No.
Our mic stands. Guys, please either join the Patreon or donate. Our mic stands are broken. But speaking of patrons, hey, shout out to newest $5 patron, R2 Shelby 2.
That's me. I did it.
Nicole, do you want to talk about your week at all?
Do I want to talk about my week? I don't know. I feel like Etsy's making more money off of my artwork than I am.
Hell yeah. Support big business, guys.
So that's cool. So I'm thinking about switching to just getting my own actual website. So that's a thing. I'm working on the next Darling Home Body Shopping Network stream, getting minifigures made. Pretty pumped.
Heck yeah. I like your store. I like your stickers. I was going to order one, but I can do it off of Etsy if you want. I can just send you some money.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Or sign up for my Patreon.
Well, there we go.
Dang, Nicole's hocking patrons now.
Patrons.
Anything about your week, Shelby?
I got bagels with my parents yesterday. It was pretty chill. My dad told me that when I was a baby, I would wake up in the morning and like sing back to the birds outside my window. So I love myself more than ever, basically.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that the cutest thing?
My mom just says, "What? You remember that time you pooped in the neighbor's backyard?" I say, "Yeah, Mom. I guess that's all I did as a child. Give me a new story that I can monetize on a
I thought
podcast."
This was a recent backyard pooping.
Oh, no. This was as a child. I'm 30. I should not be pooping in anyone's yard.
That doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Unless it's Jesus' backyard.
Which is?
I go to that cave that he crawled out of and I just poop behind it.
Okay.
I am not allowed outside of the United States now. Because boy, oh boy, do people either want to murder me or they want to congratulate me. And I want neither.
Yeah. Shitting in a religious like artifact is a surefire way to get on the no-fly list.
Or the come here list.
No. Don't. No.
Yeah. Because there's battling factions, just like it's crazy how just no, never mind.
Gotta love a self-edit.
Yeah, never mind, guys.
Ooh, segue to I have to like mention my joke to this bit that I think is really funny, that Jesus is an alien.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go to my bit that I kept doing this week.
No, sorry.
Yeah, Jesus is alien.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's just as believable as anything else.
I mean, it makes sense. Also, real quick, there's this meme that I saw that makes me laugh every time I think about it. It was just like a random picture of a possum, and it said, "If we don't sin, Jesus died for nothing."
Yep. Might as well do it.
Nicole, this week we went to this really bougie art fair.
Yeah.
Very expensive stuff. I'm like, no thank you. Even if I had money, wouldn't buy this. And I realized at this moment, I apologize, Shelby.
It's for Karens, for sure.
I don't like dog people. They're
okay.
And then I screamed to Nicole, I said, it's man's best friend, not man's forever baby. Quit infantilizing your pets, which I guess also goes for cats as well. I don't like just always. My sister's dog is larger than she is and treats this dog like a baby.
Okay, so here's my thoughts. I love animals. I don't have any pets. I don't consider myself like a dog person or a cat person. But why do you hate Joy?
Why do I hate Joy?
Yeah, people are just loving their pets, and you're in here like, stop it.
I love socks, and I loved Franklin more than life itself, so when he passed away, part of me died that day.
Oh my God.
But I treat them as just my friend. Like, hey, dude, you're a roommate, you're walking around, I get to feed you whenever you want.
I see. So you respect your pets. You're like, they can make their own decisions. I'm going to let them go about their life. Whereas these, dog parents or whatever going like, you're my personality now.
Oh, I love you so much. You're my little baby. Lick me on the mouth. Ugh, get out of here.
Maybe they just have like more intense need for affection than you do.
Maybe.
I don't think that's
yeah,
possible.
I was just about to say. But I get that attention from Nicole in very small doses.
Yeah.
But I think that's enough to like keep you edge me with affection.
Ew.
Was that my week? I think that's all my week was.
Yeah. I got a fucking bomb empanada, though. That was so good.
Now I'm hungry.
Man, I'm always hungry. I gave up sweets, guys. I know the listeners are probably tired of hearing it, but God, I want to eat a cookie.
I'm so sorry for you.
For 1 year, no sweets because it's something I can control in my life.
That's not sad at all.
Have you ever tried just like getting a planner or something?
No. I guess you want to know, I'll start doming socks and, maybe I should become an animal parent.
Yeah.
Start dressing him up weird.
Yeah, he would not allow that.
Well, too bad.
I tried to put a sweater on him once.
I'll put mittens on him so he can't claw me.
It's bad.
I'll put I'll just dress him up as Hannibal Lecter every day.
Okay.
So he can't get at me.
Yeah, animals love that.
Yeah.
They do.
I was thinking about trying to befriend some neighborhood crows. I saw like a TikTok on how to do it.
Fucking God.
So maybe I could become a crow person.
Someone who I've been producing music for now, Howard Kramer, Dragon Boy Suede, he is also a crow person. Crows now know to go to him and tap on his window and then he gives them peanuts.
That sounds like a good life.
Yeah. Check out Gene Materials, guys, wherever music is
It's
found.
a really good song.
Thank you.
Every time I put on my jeans, I'm like, hell yeah. Got my ass in jean material.
Yes. Nicole, it's spreading through the lexicon.
Spreading through the lexicon, baby.
Shelby, were you born after 1997?
No.
Dang it.
I was born in 1990.
Dang it. I was going to say, Gen Z is down with Gene Material.
Oh, good. No, I just have a youthful energy about me, is what I'm told. Thank you.
You're minimum 30. Are you yet?
Yes.
Are you 31?
I am 31. I'll be 32 soon.
Oh,
sometime
no.
this year.
I'm going to be 31 this year.
I gotta tell you, my 30s so far, I always thought I'm gonna bloom in my 30s, and it is true. It's happening.
Same. 30, I think, career-wise in the arts has been my best year.
For sure.
And here I was trying to be Connor Oberst or Gigi Allen, just trying to get a hit on my hands when I'm 19 years old and dead by, Connor Oberst is still alive, dead by 33. Gigi Allen really stuck to his namesake. I'm kidding. I think he was 36.
Okay.
Jesus died at 33. And Gigi Allen's real name is Jesus Christ.
Jesus stuff. I forgot.
And speaking of GG Christ, it's Bibleman. Shelby.
Yeah.
1, did you ever hear about Bibleman? And 2, you like God?
Do I like him? Let me tell you. No, I've never heard of Bibleman. This is my first experience with Bibleman. What an experience it has been and continues to be. As for God, I was raised by a couple of atheists, so I actually rebelled against my parents in sometime in high school by starting to go to church and church camp and stuff.
Oh my
Turns out that's
gosh.
not a good foundation for becoming a Christian. It did not stick.
Such a rebel.
I know.
And I've always wondered that if people...
Yeah, that's always the joke, right? Is that you'd rebel by becoming super religious if you had atheist parents, and there's a living proof.
I'll tell you, my parents did not like it. My mom was dropping all these passive aggressive things about how bad the church was for the world. And I'm like, Mom, I'm sitting right here. You don't care about me.
That's insane. What's a story that either you bring up to your parents about this or your parents always make fun of or rib you about from this rebellious era of yours?
It's funny you should say that because my parents don't make fun of me for that. They make fun of me for a lot of other things. For some reason, not that. I don't know why they've never brought it up.
Maybe because they don't want you to rebel again.
Yeah, they really don't. They think that, any second this kid could go off to church again. We'll have to deal with it all over.
They don't even want to risk it.
Exactly. They're like, let's just pretend it never happened. To be honest, I think they kind of had an idea that I was doing it partially because of a guy.
Ooh.
Which was true.
What a romance to fall in love with a boy and attend a church with him.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. And then I broke up with him because I didn't want to be a Christian anymore.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dump his ass for Christ.
Oh, wait, so he was only going to date you if you were into Christ?
Oh, boy. So he was very religious. His family was very religious. And he was religious to the point that he didn't date. He was against dating. And he was like 17. I was like 15, something like that. In walks me, Shelby. So charming, so cool. And I'm like, he doesn't date. Well, guess I better do everything in my fucking power to get this guy to like me enough to date me. And I did. It was like a year's worth of instant messaging and like hanging out at local shows and stuff and gradually going to church. I mean, there was a lot going on there, too. Like, my marching band director left, and so I didn't have that little community anymore, and I kind of looked for something to replace it and found, like, a youth group. So I guess it's kind of cute, but glad I got over that because they did not like the queers, which I am, so...
Yeah, I just went to youth group because my friends went there, and... That's where I first heard ICP. Insane.
Incredible. Yes.
Hey, Insane Clown Posse. And two very popular people in the post-hardcore scene played in the youth group band. So, like, the Sleeping with Sirens drummer, he cut his teeth at this youth group band. And I'm like, hell yeah. So I can say,
amazing.
Like, I know that dude.
Uh-huh.
Nicole, you don't know him.
And I don't know him either. But I remember going to a youth group and then leaving with the bad kids, and they'd go smoke weed in the woods. And then they asked me if I wanted to try it. And I said no, because I was a good kid.
Where did you grow up?
That was in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of, I was born in New Jersey, lived there till I was 9, then moved to Florida, spent the rest of my like childhood there.
Because I was wondering if you grew up in California. That's where you're at currently?
Yeah, sunny California.
Because it was never weed smoking after youth group. It was just always cigarettes.
No, for some reason, there wasn't a lot of cigarette smoking, but there was some weed smoking.
Hey, they're organic. They're afraid of fiberglass in their filters. Nicole, what's your thoughts on Bibles?
Bibles?
Yeah.
I mean, I already said Jesus is an alien.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's in the book of... Who's the one who... Judas, there we go.
Sure.
In the apocryphal texts, yeah.
But like the Bible itself?
It's an offshoot. It should have been in there. But he started talking about how Jesus was actually an alien, and they're like, we can't have that get out.
Yeah. They're like, we gotta get that out of here.
Get it out, get it out.
It makes sense. I mean, it's like, oh, God stuff is all up in the sky. Why do we think it's in the sky? Because he's aliens.
Yeah, he rained fire from above.
Yeah. And you've seen those like biblically accurate angels and stuff. They have all the eyes and wings. Like, that's an alien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People don't have wings, guys. You want to know who do? Martians.
But I'm also like, I feel like maybe the Bible's just like a really, 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 really fucking old, like, Mother Goose tale where it's like, oh, it's just to teach you like a moral of a story, but everyone's taking it like really fucking literally.
A boy spent many time in a whale. What don't you understand, Nicole?
A bush that was on fire spoke to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
A boy murdered a giant in a hate crime.
Didn't like a king alter the Bible so that they could get divorced?
Yeah, there's stuff like that.
Yeah.
I will say in like church and stuff, they'd always, well, It depends. Because when I was going to church, I was like, well, I'm not just going to go to this one church. I'm going to like research stuff online because I'm a nerd. And so I was like looking up things. I'm like, oh, a lot of people are talking about how the Bible, different people believe like the Bible wasn't actually written by God. The Bible was like directed by God, but written by men. So there are some mistakes in there.
Nicole, if you could write
aliens.
if you could rewrite, okay, I was going to say, if you could rewrite the Bible, what would you do? As a woman, you are saying throw aliens in there.
No, I wouldn't change a thing.
That's
I know
terrible.
what I would do.
What's up?
Okay, so instead, you got this whole thing going on in the Bible. You got like God, Jesus, there's the adversary, whatever. I'm saying instead of like that, why don't we center it, make it a more personal story, center it around like one boy, you know? And so we have Jesus, like, you know, he died, but he came back. So he's all about living. We're living in the time of Jesus. So we could think of this boy as like the boy who lived. And so he starts out and he doesn't know his true nature. But then maybe he gets a message, because that happens all the time in angels. You get, or in the Bible, like, or whatever. Someone gets a message from like a bird or whatever. Because Jesus, didn't he get a message from a bird?
Yeah, probably.
So I'm thinking like an owl.
Oh, okay.
And an owl comes and tells our boy that he's very special. He actually has some special powers. And then there's a giant who hunts him down and abuses his family and then kidnaps him.
But not
and then
his
he goes to a
real
school.
family. Like that's his birth family. But you know,
Right.
God's your real family.
The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So yeah, and I'm thinking he could do cool spells and stuff, like turn water into wine or like Leviosa or something.
His best friend turns into a cat.
Yeah. I think that this would be a pretty good rewrite.
Yeah.
They could even make movies out of it.
Yeah, like many. I do fear if like someone is writing this, like let's make it anonymous just in case the author starts wanting to like put Bible stuff back into this new Bible.
Right. No, we want it to be anonymous because I get the feeling whoever's going to write this story about this boy who lived and doing these spells and stuff, after they put out this Bible, this new Bible rewrite, they should probably just never speak in public ever again.
Yeah.
Zero. Not at all. If
they themselves might get a God complex.
Yeah.
And we don't want that.
They might say things like, the boy who lived will always be a boy who lived.
Right. And if they had just kept their goddamn mouth shut and never said anything again, they could have died beloved. But, you know, I mean, they could, hypothetically, this person.
If I could change one thing in the Bible, I would make Jesus just a little fierce.
Yassify Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Let's get into Bibleman, guys.
I'd give him some attitude, like a little Spyro the Dragon.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Mixed in with a dash of Crash Bandicoot and a heaping helping of fierce.
Yeah, make him a little nasty.
Furioso.
Yeah, El Furioso. Thank you, Nicole. Today we are discussing, because we watched Bibleman Conquering the Wrath of Rage? Is that what it was?
You tell me, dude.
It's the one where they're talking about wrath and rage. It's in the title, guys. Just YouTube that. I will have a link in the description so you can watch along and
Why isn't his sidekick like Wrath then?
It's been Ludacris this entire time. It's the same character.
So the guy changes all the time?
Because he has to adapt, Nicole.
All right, whatever.
Well, this is the fourth episode within this new continuity that keeps fucking changing. This is like the Millennium era of Godzilla. They can't just keep down main characters because Coates is no longer here. Why is his name Coates?
We'll never know.
Okay, we don't know why Coates left. That was his... guys, let's just get into it. We'll get to it when we get to
But
it.
like his new sidekick also wears camo
Yeah.
for whatever reason. They're
To
like,
blend baby.
we don't have any more room in the budget for new clothes.
Yeah. That's why they also found some of the same exact measurements.
Yeah.
34, 34, 32.
Okay.
The perfect measurement.
Yes.
Okay. This starts out with they're at like some quarry and it's Bibleman and this new guy. What's the new guy's name?
Cypher.
Cypher. They're battling these two robots. I hope they're robots because Bibleman, doesn't he like slice?
Disintegrate.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
With his lightsaber.
Yes, he has a lightsaber. Because, of course, he's...
As did Jesus.
So they're fighting and Cypher's like, I'm going to get it. I'm going to fight you guys. And Bibleman says this, they have weapons. You have a broom. Why does he just have a broom?
You know, I was wondering that. I was like, why did he have a broom? I just assumed it was something from a previous episode that I didn't know about.
Brand new character.
Brand new broom.
Okay. Yeah, this is how I'll explain it. Maybe they were on a training expedition where it's like, hey, use this broom as like a sword or a gun because Jesus loves guns, guys. Join the NRA as Jesus would want you to. And maybe then they got caught in this battle with demons.
Okay, so maybe they were training and some demons just came upon them.
Like in
Are the robots part of the training?
Ooh, no, I don't think because that dude had the dust above, so I think this was planned out. But it's very much like Kingdom Hearts, where Sora just has that wooden sword in the beginning, then all of a sudden the Heartless show up and you're like, my wooden sword, it's not doing as much damage. Then you get the Keyblade, aka the Light of God.
Okay.
And then you can start battling demons.
Yeah, and then Mickey shows up.
Mickey? Wait, who's Mickey? Oh, wait, from
Miss a
Kingdom
bit.
Hearts. I thought you were talking about a character in Bibleman.
Mickey, from Ninja Steel.
Yeah. That person I don't like, but everyone's like, you have to like Mickey. And I'm like, get out of here. And his name's not Mickey, it's Mick, which I don't like as an Irishman. I'm like, they're just calling this dude a racial slur. It's insane that the Mick was a
I didn't know that
show.
was a racial slur until you brought it up to me when that show came out.
It was.
Yes.
But I think we can retire it, dude. Like, people are saying all these, Italian, what used to be Italian slurs and stuff. People say it all the time. It's like, it's not a big deal anymore because we're not oppressed.
Yeah. Yeah, if someone were to come up to me and was like, you potato eating Mick, I'd be like, can you please leave? I wouldn't be like,
Right.
I would be more annoyed than offended.
Right.
Or baffled of like, you're still dying on this hill that Irish people are bad? Where have you been the last 120 years?
Yeah, no, they were just hanging out in 1912 or whatever.
Or maybe they're Encino Man.
Could be.
Cavemen hated the Irish. What's my next note? Oh, so there's this royalty-free suspense thing like this, like womp womp womp. Wah! They overuse that in this episode so much.
Yeah, I didn't notice it because I was really busy thinking about how Bibleman is the perfect name for this guy. No second pass needed. Just really rolls off the tongue, gives you everything you need to know about him, and doesn't sound stupid at all.
There's a point in this episode where this boy says, he pretty much says, I'm just a man. I don't know all the answers. It's like, you're not just a man, sir. You are a Bible man. You should know these answers.
Okay, no, I wrote this down because I was genuinely intrigued, okay?
What's that?
Because this is a question that a lot of people asked, and I was like, oh, what is he going to say? And then he gives this bullshit answer. The child was like, if God wants me to like be happy or whatever, then why are my parents fucking dead? And then he just goes, I don't know. He basically just says, I don't know. But like, yeah, the quote was, I don't have all the answers. And it's just like, okay.
I was thinking about that scene because I was kind of like, oh, what's this going to be? And then he says, I don't know, but God has a plan, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that doesn't help anybody. Like, this kid has dead parents, which when this was introduced, it was just like his grandma being like, Bibleman, I need help. My grandson has been so upset and brooding all the time, and I don't know why. Oh, if it helps, 1.5 years ago, his parents died.
And she says, and I quote, his parents died, and I thought he was handling it well. If we say this a lot on this show. If you are a parent or a guardian, maybe you're an aunt or uncle, and a teen or younger of someone that you know has like a tragic loss just out of nowhere in their life, I don't care what this child says. Put them in therapy, put them in counseling just for 6 months. Just like let them be able to talk about it, because when my friends died in a horrible car accident when I was a teen, I'm still experiencing survivor's guilt because of that. Like, it's bad. And this show just made me so pissed because I was told that same exact bullshit of God has a plan. And I was like, okay, then I didn't like God. I hated God. I hate God now, but especially after you tell me. I told this to a pastor. I was like, oh, okay, well then I hate God even more now. So please do away with this stuff. And I probably also told a teacher that kept trying to convert me.
Oh, no. Yeah, one fun thing about growing up in Florida was that people would randomly come up to you on like the street or while you're playing at the park with your friends and ask if you have accepted Jesus Christ into your heart.
Yeah, I even just working at the comic book shop, like people just come into the store and like I'm working and they're just like handing me these pamphlets or whatever. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Like I gotta do shit.
One of the most infuriating things, and I'm pretty sure for people who actually work as waiters or waitresses or in a service industry that you would survive off from tips, when a fucking old person, because it happened at Burger King all the time, they'd be like, oh, I here's a little tip with the cash. And it's just some like Bible pamphlet bullshit. That's not a tip. Like, fuck you for doing that.
James.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yes.
I'm with you. I'm grabbing a pitchfork. I'm ready to riot.
Let's Frankenstein these assholes.
Yeah. Next time this happens to you, let me know. I'm coming. I got a torch. Not a tiki torch. They have a bad rap now. I'll get a different kind of torch.
Currently,
chase them into an old windmill and set it on fire.
My current job is this. It's audio engineering. If a rapper were to pay me with Bible quotes, I don't do diss tracks. I would make an entire album towards this person of just a straight up vitriol fuck you for trying to pay me with scripture.
I'm trying to think of how I would even respond to that, because it's just so like no, this isn't money. This is not money.
Actually, I've thought about doing this for a rapper who I will not say they are a bad person that I used to produce for. They were not on the surface a shitheel when I produced for them. If someone were to try and pay me in scripture, what I would do is I would take their vocals and I would gay club remix it and just make it like the thumpinest, just all the people are getting sweaty and oiled up to it, and just put in clips from gay porn in the background.
That sounds great. I think that's a good idea. I mean, it is more work for you, but it could be fun.
Yeah.
But you would also have to know whether or not they are homophobic. See, what I would do is I would just pitch their voice down and make them sound like a demon.
Yeah, I could do that too. Put deathcore behind it.
Yeah.
Sample that in.
Okay, so what we're realizing is we need to find more information on this person. So we're going to do a little bit of an internet stalk, find out the worst thing for them specifically, and then you can cater the punishment to the person who has committed the crime.
For this last...
It's like the opposite of what the Bibleman episode
Yeah. Okay, but for the specific person that I'm thinking...
They're saying, like, let shit go, and we're just like, fucking go in on this person.
It would... For the specific person I'm thinking, and you know who I'm talking about, I hope.
don't.
Well, maybe after I say this, I would have to, like, remix their vocals to really target queer Islamic women... Because that's just hitting all his hatred pinpoints, so...
No,
Yeah.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
I'll bleep it out. It's...
Yeah, whenever you bring up that person, I usually just stop listening because I'm like, I hate that person, so...
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't, like,
love
need more
hearing-
reasons, like, they're stupid.
Yeah, he sucks.
I'm not gonna put any more energy towards this person.
I gotta say, hearing someone tell their significant other that when they start talking about a certain thing, they just stop listening makes me feel so much better about myself and all of my perceived failings in relationships.
But I don't talk about this person a lot, so that's
No,
good.
you haven't brought them up in a long time. But also, like, in my defense, James talks a lot, okay?
Nicole actually, not just about... Nicole
No, I get it.
shuts her brain off a lot when I start talking. Because she's like, I don't think... Unless James says, Nicole, hey, can I speak to you? Whatever he's saying is not important.
Okay, also because, like, 80% of the time, I'll be just like, you're somewhere else, okay? And I'm like sitting down, like doing something. And then you just come in the room and you're like, this. And then you leave. And then I'm like, I don't even know what I'm like, okay.
Well, then that stuff's not important. That's just me wanting to talk to you because I'm in love with you.
Exactly.
But sometimes, and she never does, I will come in and I'll say, hey, Nicole. And then she doesn't look, but I'm doing a half floss because I don't know how to switch over on a floss. And I'll just be like...
Because I know you're flossing.
But I'm also naked, so that's a big point of it.
And I'm like, I don't want to look just because I know you want me to so bad. And I just don't do it out of spite.
Nicole, when she gets high, does what I like to the 10th degree of... James, wasn't that so funny? Why aren't you laughing? Aren't you even paying attention to me? I'm like, yes, dude, calm.
Yeah, because I also like kind of think it's funny to do that.
Okay. It's a good bit.
It is. You know, all of this, the whole thing, all of it's funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, you gotta laugh. If you can't laugh at each other
You gotta
and
laugh.
ignore each other sometimes, like, what are you doing?
Come here, Nicole, laugh at me. Sometimes that's what, instead of like kissing each other before bed, we'll just like giggle at each other.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, giggle me to sleep. And I'm like, hee hee hee. And she's like, oh, thank you. And I say, my turn. And she goes, and I'm like, oh.
Well, it's getting real spicy on here.
We need to go on to we need to get back to Jesus. There's a computer named Lucy. It's just Lucifer, the computer, which maybe it's social commentary saying the computer's the devil. But
Black Mirror.
Nicole once when
what's the Jesus computer called?
Eunice.
Yeah, so it's
Eunice.
different.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Nicole once said when I was talking about Beyblade, I'm like, man, there are no female characters in this. And then I start saying, well, unless you count. And then she's like, the computer laptop does not count as a woman. The same thing goes for this. Even if it's a woman voicing the computer, if they're not on screen, you don't have a female character. It's nothing but dudes.
Mm-hmm,
That's true. Which kind of makes me wonder, who is this show for? The whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, this isn't for kids, because they're doing these like bits and stuff where all of the like they go to a new location and they're like, random location, gratuitous fight scene, and they're doing all these bits. There's one bit where they just said like the same thing back and forth to each other over and over again, and then they had their internal monologue, and I'm like, that's hilarious. But who is it for?
Yeah, it felt like a Tim and Eric bit.
Yes.
And then when they were thinking like, why am I repeating? Why is he repeating? Then Eunice, maybe this was in the edit and it didn't. She says, why are we whispering? Unless she can hear the thoughts, or it was just they did something in the edit wrong.
And that reminds me, there's one point where, okay, so this kid has been mad or whatever, and they're like, Cypher's like, maybe it was just, because his parents died, which, reasonable. And Bibleman is like, no, there's got to be something more, or else the episode would be over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's some breaking of the fourth wall here, which again, not for kids aren't like, oh, I love when they get meta.
Yeah.
I wrote down, and Jesus proclaimed fourth walls were meant to be broken.
Whoa.
And then he made the Dementor go away.
Wait, me?
Jesus did.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Because I did a little flourish with my pen, so I was thinking maybe you thought that was me doing a Levioso.
There are just a couple of funny things, like the shoes of peace.
Yes.
Yes.
So Bibleman got a new uniform in this, and I wrote down most of what they are. They're listing off his new suit configurations. It's the waist belt of truth, the shoes of peace, which Nicole laughed very hard at that, the helmet of salvation, sword of spirit, and shield of faith. There was one other one, but I couldn't write it down.
Chest plate of righteousness or something.
Probably.
Why wouldn't it at least be boots of peace?
I don't know.
I was wondering that. I'm like, they gotta have different words.
Mm-hmm.
They had to have been able to think of different words. Shoes of peace sounds really bad.
Yeah.
The boots of white Jesus.
Okay. Can I bring up the other funny thing?
Yeah, what's up?
That portrait of him in coats.
Yeah, so he's realizing that he hasn't dealt with the anger of loss with his last partner, Coates, and he does the Wolverine picture frame meme. He holds it up and then he puts his hand and strokes himself, and it's baffling.
I mean, I was laughing just at the picture. Their expressions were hilarious.
That picture was just a promo photo that they took for the first episode of this and just put it on this picture frame.
I mean, you use what you have available, That's what TV is all about, baby. That's the business.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So this El Furioso is telling his plan, and then Lucy says oh, Mr. El Furioso. And then he goes, say it again. And she responds, El Furioso. And he's like, oh, say it again. And practically
gross.
comes.
Right. But it also reminds me of in The Lion King, the little hyenas, when they're saying Mufasa's name. And then they're like, ooh, say it again. They just stole that from Lion King.
Oh, they do steal a lot from many things. So that could be what they're doing.
Segue to Livin' La Vida Loca.
I was hoping we would get to talk about this.
Yeah, so he does a song in every single episode.
I'm like, why Hispanic now? Why is this?
Nicole, let me tell you, kids love Ricky Martin. He was all about the kids with the little hip thrusts.
Oh my God.
The sexy music about getting candle wax poured on him. I, for one, loved Ricky Martin when I assume the target demographic age for this show. I don't know, because I don't know who this show is for. But that's because my mom liked Ricky Martin and she had bad taste. Bad taste in music.
What? I had notes on that. But where? Okay, it's Livin' La Furioso. I think that's the only reason, or maybe they came up with the parody and then they're like, well, all right, what could we do that's Bible-y with this character? Oh, I guess Furioso. It kind of sounds like Livin' La Vida Loca. It doesn't, though. It's Loca. It's not Livin' La Vida Loco, is it?
No.
Livin' La Furiosa. They should have said Furiosa. But
They should have just not.
Yeah, I guess.
They should have just not. I agree.
So I will say, at least he's not acting like Jim Carrey's the Riddler in this one, meaning
I prefer that over
he
this.
has acting chops, Nicole. He has range.
That.
And I liked the whole song was about like, don't turn the other cheek.
Yeah, fight back.
Sure,
I honestly think that this
like
episode
butts.
gave a bad message overall.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my issue was that like they never really show you what the consequences of like having that anger.
Yeah, they kind of do, Nicole. It's your aunt and your best friend cowering in a corner while you scream at them.
Like, but it's like that was it. There's no like, you know what I mean? Like there weren't any like stakes.
Yeah, no one got hurt. No one even got harmed, even because the kid was like yelling and stuff. It's okay. It's healthy to express your emotions, especially as a kid.
It showed that he was getting bullied by those kids.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, now he's yelling at them. Yeah, that's normal. That makes sense.
But you need to turn the other cheek. And guys, the stakes is your humanly soul and your spot in the gates of heaven.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking, and go follow along with me on this. Bibleman gets called in to help like this kid is being like snotty or whatever. He's got an attitude. Why don't we get Bibleman on HBO's Euphoria and help those teens out with all of their drug problems?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think this could be a good new way to bring Bibleman into today's audience.
Bibleman's just like, Coates, I feel very uncomfortable by this entire situation. Why are these teens having sex in front of me? Do they not have any boundaries now?
And why do they all look at least 26 years old?
They're at least all a day over 18. Why is that? Because legally, Nicole, you can't be showing teens kissing unless they're 18 plus.
Yeah.
Maybe they should put more kissing in Bibleman.
Oh my God. I would love that. Coates?
Is there an episode about sex?
There's an episode about gossipy bitches.
Okay.
There really is.
Okay.
Unfortunately. It's the gossip witch, not bitch. It would be amazing if Coates builds, he's like, oh yeah, I'm working on these. I don't know in story why he would be making these, but you know those lips that you can kiss someone from another side of the world with?
Sure.
Like you move it and like the motors move the other ones through the internet and you can kiss someone.
Okay, I've heard about this for something more graphic than kissing, but yeah, okay.
This would be really cool if we find out Eunice and Coates are in love with each other and she has one of those machines so she can kiss him.
Oh, how sweet. It's like her.
Yeah. I feel like actually this is way more like in the eyes of Christ more offensive than just two regular humans kissing on a family Bible movie.
Yeah, I think that the idea of technology, man-made technology, being able to kiss, yeah, God lover's not gonna like that one.
Yeah, because Coates will be whipping out that schlong and shoving it in there, and then
the floppy drive.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a hard drive, brother.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's it. There's a very thin line between graphic and gratuitous and just wholesome kissing. Who do you ship, Nicole? Bibleman and Coates?
I ship Eunice, right? That's Lucy.
Okay, I enjoy that.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's like an enemies to lovers kind of thing.
Yeah. Draw it up, Nicole.
Like they both are like, wow, this is bullshit. And they like talk to each other and are like, yeah, I'm done. And they are like, let's just hook up and be done with these weirdos.
Yeah, I think any ship I have will involve whoever I choose leaving the situation.
Going on to bigger and better things.
I want the Gossip Witch and Ludacris to hook up. But
I want this kid's grandma to adopt Cypher as like a kind of sugar mama situation.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then he leaves, he leaves the show.
Yeah.
When I said Ludacris, I did mean Chris Bridges Ludacris and the Gossip Witch.
Oh, okay.
Let's plug through some notes, Nicole.
How much do you want to bet that they were just like, oh, what's a popular like musician that in the times right now that we could name this character after? And that's why that's their name.
Or they just found the rights to that song to be able to parody it, or they like had a karaoke.
I meant Ludacris.
Oh, was Ludacris super popular in no, because like this came out in 99, and I don't think they're like, yeah, man, we really love that underground hit by Atlanta DJ, an album name that James is uncomfortable saying. So yeah, I don't think, because let me check when that album came out. 1999, so back for the first time probably wasn't until 2000. So yeah, I don't think Ludacris has any Ludacris influences. But let's go back. Let's make Chris Bridges, because he is on our Dream Guest Get Quest. It's unrealistic. He'll never be on our show. But we get him on the show and we tell him like, hey, this is copyright infringement, and then he sues Bibleman.
Or
yeah, what are you gonna do, Bibleman? Turn the other cheek?
Mm-hmm.
He hires someone to do a deep fake that he was actually in it.
Oh. Or he likes doing goofy music videos. His next music video, he's dressed up as Bibleman and he's punching Ludacris, the kid in this show. Because that dude's a kid. And speaking of kids, their whole thing is, this is their plan. We are going to rain this household cleaner on people to make them enraged, which is a war crime. And they're like, if this works, if we can enrage already hormone-infused tweens, we'll be rich. All the villains will want some of this gold dust we have. But it's like, does Satan not want a challenge? If Satan were in a rom-com, a teen rom-com,
I'm listening.
Where it's like, hey, I bet you can't make Janie the hottest girl in school. And he's like, yeah, I'm not even going to try. I want to make a already very attractive girl even more attractive because I know I can do that. Does Satan not want a challenge? I thought that's what he liked.
Like you're saying,
there's always going to be a challenge.
All teens are full of rage.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Especially the sweet, like, I don't care how sweet of a boy you are if your parents died last year, both of them in a car accident that a drunk driver was at fault for, you're going to have some anger brewing.
Yeah.
I think the bigger challenge would be keeping tweens from being enraged.
Yeah.
And that's what Bibleman's got on his plate.
Oh, man. Boy, does God work in mysterious ways.
Even Bibleman doesn't know.
He doesn't know. All he can say is that God has a plan for you, and it involved killing your parents, kid. Sorry.
Speaking of that kid, Bibleman comes up to him when he's like, I'm going to punch this bully in the mouth. He says something like, Jesus will wipe away the tears of pain or whatever. And the kid should have said something like, I'll drop kick Jesus if he tries to wipe away my non-existent tears because I'm a man, I don't cry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think he should have said that too. Maybe we could rewrite this episode and kind of give him make the kid a little bit more of a badass, you know?
He says, Jesus blows dogs for quarters.
It should be
give this this kid some edge so we understand why he needs to be less wrathful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like those episodes of like Power Rangers and like Sentai where they turn quote unquote bad or evil and they're all like wearing just head to toe like black and like leather jackets and sunglasses and shit. That's what
how you
I
know.
want.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Oh my fucking God. They should, when Bibleman started getting angry, he's still in the Bibleman like suit, but there's a suit, like there's a jean jacket vest on top of his suit. It would be very huge. He has sunglasses resting on his no ears. And could he be smoking a cigarette?
Maybe just like a studded bracelet and like some smudgy eyeliner.
A toothpick in his mouth.
Yeah.
There we go. Damn, I would have loved that. Oh, it's called Gold Fury. That's the dust they have.
Okay.
Gold Fury does sound like the name of a vibrator. I don't know why, but it definitely sounds like one.
Are we to the part where, kind of the end? Like, what the fuck? He just melts into goo?
What's his face? El Furiosa is like, take on your rage. And Bibleman throws down his lightsaber, which is dangerous. You need to turn that off first. It's going to just keep dropping down like xenomorph spit. And he's like, God will protect me. And he's like, let's see Jesus's protection now. And this man is melted through the power of Jesus's power, protection, whatever.
Jesus, God protects Bibleman from being hit by this guy, but did not protect this kid's parents.
From being hit by a drunk driver.
Exactly.
Wow. Jesus works in mysterious ways.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, seems to be playing favorites a little bit.
Jesus prefers white men, I guess.
Someone had to say it. It turns out that that's when people are saying that there's a big man in the sky doing things for you. They mean just for them.
Yeah. Nicole said it as I was writing it down, but someone said, like, Satan will get a hold of you and throw you around like a rag doll. And then Nicole, I was like, ooh, throw me around, unholy daddy. And Nicole, as I was writing that down, said that.
I did not.
Yes.
I said, yes, please.
Yes, please. They did make it sound pretty sexy.
Nicole's direct quote was, oh, Satan, come strangle me.
Nicole, I think we're going to get along just fine.
Jesus is my rock and my salvation. That's something Bibleman said. Oh, and my last note is to all our Canadian listeners, I apologize wholeheartedly for assuming this was Canadian. It's not a Canadian production, guys. I don't know. American?
Oh, okay.
United States?
I mean, who loves Jesus more than the Americans?
Who?
I don't know.
And that's Bibleman, guys.
Bibleman, very lumpy.
Oh, yeah.
That costume, very lumpy.
The last costume looked so much better. It was janky as all hell. The original costume that was truly just cardboard was better looking than this.
That one sounds good. Do you recommend that I go back and watch any Bibleman? Because you had me watch this episode at 1.25% speed, which I can't imagine watching it any slower than that.
Oh, yeah. I brought it down to 1.2 speed because I was like, I'm missing stuff. Because like there are times when the robots are speaking, you cannot understand them, which I'm pretty sure why on some of them they put subtitles.
Okay, like where the fuck did the robots come from?
I don't know. Maybe that's who took coats.
Satan made the robots.
Man.
I strongly recommend the first one, I think it is, where there is just for not the first one in this new series, the Bibleman Adventures, where what's his face? Whatever this El Furiosa, he has a rap song in the middle, and it is baffling.
Okay.
It's also
El Furioso is like, it's that same actor, but is a different villain every episode. And I don't know.
That's cute.
Like, I feel like sometimes it's canonical within the show, and then sometimes it's not.
Because they'll break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
And, wow,
Maybe he's just like a Gemini, you know?
Sure.
Always switching it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were like, we don't know what that means.
I forget that outside of LA, people don't talk about astrology as much. Like,
I believe the episode is Defeating the Shadow of Doubt or The Fiendish Works of Dr. Fear. I don't remember which is which. But
do they have one about defeating the urge to masturbate? Because it seems like kids might need that one.
Like feverishly eating cornflakes.
No, guys.
Yes.
It's lead us not into temptation is probably that.
I'm tempted. Let me tell you.
Oh, wow. There's Bibleman Jr.? Ugh. Disgusting.
Oh, so that one's for kids.
Yes, this is for teens, bro. Oh, crushing the conspiracy of the cheater. That might be about fucking around.
Or
probably not.
Cheating while you play Uno.
Yeah.
Or cheating God and humping your bed instead of masturbating so it doesn't count.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nicole, I do have to let the audience know,
Yes.
when we do Bibleman again, it might be shortly, very soon, I should say, we are skipping technically the next episode because it's the stories of Jesus, and it's really just them putting on a play, and it's like, what do you call those? Not silhouettes, vignettes of different stories within the Bible, and whatever El Furiosa's character is in that is trying to tank the play.
That's like kind of adorable.
But there's no Bibleman to be seen. Like the kids are just like, where's Bibleman when we need him?
Wait, okay, so these children are putting it on?
I believe so.
And he's like, fuck these kids.
Yeah, he's trying to turn them to Satan.
Got it.
But it's not good. Like it's not a good one. The next one we'll be watching is Shattering the Prince of Pride.
Okay.
So there we go. Shelby, what'd you think of Bibleman in general?
In general, I thought it was a wild ride. I'm surprised and also not surprised that it exists. I'm surprised that, like, it's so bad. It looks so bad. And, but still, like, funny. So I'm wondering if anyone who worked on that show at all, like, came out of it okay, like had a good, career.
Well, Willie Ames was a sitcom actor, like a very big sitcom actor, and he's Bibleman.
Right. So that's like a downward thing for him. I'm looking for starting down there at Bibleman and someone moving up out of that.
I'll look into that someday.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm happy I watched it and happy I got to talk to you two about it.
Thank you so much for coming on. Do you have anything to plug?
Not much. Just check out my podcast, the Rom Complex. If you like funny jokes, deep personal stories about relationships and love and failure, and rom-coms, then you're in for a treat.
Hell yeah. Nicole, what you got to plug?
Oh, wow. I am Darling Homebody on all the social medias. Normally, you could go to darlinghomebody.com and see all the creepy, cute stuff that I make, but there's an Etsy strike going on right now, so that's a thing. And patreon.com/darlinghomebody for a monthly sticker or magnet. Sign up before May 1st. And get this adorable skunk that's a gardener. And it's got mega Animal Crossing vibes and it's real cute.
I've seen it. It's very cute. Hey guys, Go over to MLMpod.com to find out information about my other podcasts, such as The Return to Hit It and Crit It. That's a D&D podcast I do with Lil Corey, Joe, Jose, Rudy, Robbie. They've all been on this show, some of them more than any other person. So check that out. You love them on here. You love them on there. Or Shuffling the Deck with Sean Marciniak, who has also been on the show more than anyone else, I think. He's been on quite a bit. So yeah, that's wherever podcasts are found. Just either search Shuffling the Deck, Hit It and Crit It where you're listening to this, or go to MLM Pod for that information. And while you're there, listen to my music under Marshland Monster or wherever music is found. And oh baby, head over to patreon.com/MLM Pod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive podcasts such as Engaged with Nicolas Cage, The Toku Reading Corner, This Existed, and starting this week, Death from Above, a Sam and Max podcast where I am taking my friends, fellow podcasters, pretty much what we do here. I'm doing that for Sam and Max. It's about a bunny rabbit and a dog, and they're freelance police officers. And guess what? That's not a real thing. I learned that. There's no such thing as freelance police officers. I was a dumb kid and becoming a dumb adult for thinking that was a real thing. It was made up for this comic book, but it's a comic book, a TV show, and video games. And I'm going through all the episodes of the show, all the comics, all the video games on this show. It's going to be a great time. I love this show and it still holds up. First episode drops, if you're listening to this the day it drops, tomorrow. It's going to be good. And for $10, you get exclusive streams as well as watch-alongs, plus shout-outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, he's a rapper, D-F-O, listen to his stuff, Kayla, a.k.a. Two Grapes, Tyler Wright, he's our friend, Elliot W. at Garlic Sunshine on Instagram for their amazing artwork, and Jordan B., the Chaos Witch, Get all of that. It's great. Patreon.com/MLM Pod. Usually that's very succinct, but I had to talk about Death from Above. I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Shelby.
And we've been mostly Babblin' Bibleman. Easter edition. Bye-bye. This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit MLMpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Okay, yeah, Nicole, I guess, was just screaming Easter. This is somehow when we do this, we do get like we never make, or do we? I don't know. We get pretty Bible-y on these episodes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude. I think we do. Shelby, thoughts? You've heard Sean.
Getting Bible-y?
You've heard Sean's first. He was the first ever person on Bibleman.
Oh, I didn't listen to that.
You should have. Also, it's very hard to find because it was an April Fool's from last year. So it says mostly speaking Power Rangers SPD because the Power Rangers community loves that season of Power Rangers. But we just tricked them into listening to us talk about Bibleman.
That's a cruel prank and not very Christ-like.
Well, good thing I'm a Satanist.
It was released on the holiest of holidays, April Fools.
Forgot to turn on streamer mode.
One time I broke up with someone on April Fools.
Oh, no.
And it was very difficult to convince him I was serious.
Oh, shoot. That's not good. Not good at all. My mom once she thought maybe she was pregnant, and this, I believe, was before my dad and her were married, but they were just about to get married. And go there. It was the same doctor that she had been going to since she was a child. It's like, they're a pediatrician, Mom. Go to someone else. And he comes in and he's like, hey, you want to know what? You're not pregnant. You're all good. Awesome. So he leaves and they're like, oh, hell yeah. Great. I don't know what my 20-something-year-old parents were saying. But then he comes back and he's like, April Fools, guys, you're pregnant. And then they're like, no.
That's against HIPAA.
I think it's because they were a family doctor and they had known each other. Maybe that's why he felt comfortable doing this. But I believe he was like, I'm not going to tell anyone because I know your mom will rip my dad's deedle off.
Hey.
That'd be pretty cool. Because then I wouldn't exist if my dad's dick had gotten ripped off back then.
And that's pretty cool to you?
Yeah. I hate living.
No, that tracks. I get it.
Okay, let's we'll get, this is all bloopers. We're putting this at the end.
All right.
All right. Oh, yeah.